As I put my keys in the ignition, I looked behind me.
Oh, no.
I saw something weird.
Gross.
It looked like someone had ducked down in the backseat. Hey, are you okay? I asked again. He didn't answer, but began to slowly turn towards me. When I saw his face, my heart nearly leapt out of my mouth. His eyes were missing.
As I lay there, dizzy, the statue moved. It bent over my body and tilted its head like a dog. Good morning, Vietnam!
Oh, fuck. Welcome to
episode 92 of Ghost Huns.
What's my hair doing?
Already 3 seconds in.
Fuck.
It's weird. How are you?
Thriving.
Yeah, because we've been together now for a while. Any
We've
talking
been
points?
together a while
We've been
now.
together. Kids, marriage. Last night I just sat outside
kids.
with lovely Nicole Harris just
Oh, yeah.
drinking wine and being like, I'm not having any fucking kids, smoking me fag.
She is so wonderful. And she was like, oh, my God, should we go on a day trip in Edinburgh?
Oh, yes. Oh, no, because you two are going to make me do something like fucking climb Arthur's Seat or something. I'm not fucking doing that.
No, go to Portobello Beach, sit on the beach. Have a
Oh,
swim.
right. Yeah, lovely.
Yes.
I never went to the beach last year.
Yeah, no, we should. And do you know what? When I went to the beach last year, it was I was around
Did
people.
you go to the beach last year?
I went when I did the split
Without
bill with
me?
Kate Checker, I
It was
think.
ages ago.
It
2
was,
years
yeah,
ago.
yeah, it's fucking hell. I'm wishing my life away. It was, yeah, do you know what? I went with a bunch of people that I felt a bit uncomfortable with and I didn't have a nice time.
Oh, really? Why?
How do I describe it? It was like, you know, when you're not around your people, you can't really relax. And I don't know, I just didn't have a nice
I hate
time.
that. It was so rubbish. When
I
you
actually
just
would have
like,
preferred to have been there alone with a book
yes,
than around people that you have to make
God,
conversation
shall we go and
with.
take a book?
Yeah.
Because we're on at 11 p.m. till midnight, so we've got all fucking day.
Because you can't guarantee it's going to be like stunning weather, but like, I remember being like, oh, should we get some like, you know, takeaway beers and sit on the beach? People were like, no. It was a really weird vibe. And yeah, you know when you're like around people, but you feel alone?
Yeah.
Deep.
Oh my God, so deep.
Yeah, but I felt like that. And I was like, why do I feel depressed on a beach?
Yeah.
This should be lovely, but I wanted to get away.
Yeah.
It's weird.
No,
Anyway.
I don't like it. Well, we'll go this time and we'll have some nice takeaway beers. Any more talking points?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, right. I'm just going to check your notes.
Yeah. I'm quite organised. I'm a bit nerdy like that. Oh, yeah. Bungie, what are you saying?
Oh, yeah. We need to go to Bungie.
So there's a comedian called Tom who was like, oh, you guys need to check out Bungie. And I was every time he says it, I'm like, ha.
Yeah, because
Sounds
Bungie is
like
a funny
Bungie.
word.
And
fungi.
Bungie. And then he was like, oh, yeah, Bungie's haunted as fuck. And I think he's going to maybe take us round.
I'd love that.
He doesn't know about this yet. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
But I think
yes,
it'd be quite good to have like a host who knows where to go.
And apparently
Do you know
there's
what I mean?
loads of haunted monks and weird shit.
Yeah,
and
the haunted dogs.
This weekend, we're going to go and film with the one and only Barry Dodds. Fan favourite, Barry Dodds. Everybody loves
Huge fan.
Barry Dodds. If you're not on the Patreon, what the fuck are you doing? Because there is a hunt on there in Sheffield's prison.
Yeah.
And it's so good. It was one of my favourites.
I think it was one of my favourites.
But I think this one coming up, I'm not going to tell you where it is.
Well, it will be
out
out by the time anyone listens, but...
It will be out. Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
so you
of
could
course. So you can go and have a look. Oh, yeah, it's at Nottingham Galleries of Justice.
And there's caves.
There's caves.
There's
And Barry's got one of those cameras. Did you see it on the group? He's got the cameras where it picks up figures.
Yeah.
And he sent us some that was like pictures of him on this camera, and the little figure was outlined in front of him because it was obviously human. And then his friend, and it showed that one. And then there's a picture of like a fucking old toilet, and a figure lying
I'm like,
underneath the toilet. Oh yeah, go on,
fucking haunted toilet, go on. Go on.
Lick my bowl.
Lick my toes.
Oh, what's going on?
It was so funny. My mum was like, oh, have you got time to just like go through something? I'm tech support at home.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, have you got time to go through something on Saturday? I was like, sorry, no, I'm going on a ghost hunt to Nottingham.
Yeah, sorry, can't.
And it's the most normal sentence for me now.
Yeah,
she's like, you what? And I was like, yeah, just go off to a ghost hunt. Yeah.
I said to my
Can't
mum,
make
I was
that.
like, all right, Suzie stayed. She was like, yeah, of course, you ghost hunting. I was like, yep.
All right.
If this
Business
wasn't our
as
job,
usual.
they'd be like, oh, what are we going to fucking do with these two?
Yeah.
What are we going to do
despair.
with them?
They probably do despair,
They
but in a
probably
way
do
that's
anyway.
like, well...
Probably do already. Who
Well.
cares?
So you're going to pick an
I'm
online
going to pick a tarot already, yeah, because
Go on.
Big C's fucking
I
forgotten.
know, I really apologise. I really let the team
We've
down
all been
here.
there. We've all been there. Well, on fucking in Bath, I forgot the props.
You did, actually.
All of the props.
Yeah. That was...
I told you I hate having this responsibility. I don't want it. I've never wanted it. And look where we are.
There is... Can I also say a thing of a Hun in the Wild moment?
Yeah, go
At
on.
the exhibit where you did the gig.
I must have missed all this.
There was a Hun in the Wild at the end. I didn't catch her name, but she was like... I'm obsessed with ghost hunts. And she was like, you should bring up the podcast more on stage. And I was like,
Oh, yes.
I love that. But I was like, it feels too self-indulgent to be like, anyway,
Yeah.
back to the pod.
I thought because I want to do a show on death.
Yeah.
And you're going to do like a bit of a witchy show yourself, aren't you?
Mm.
And I thought, well, it does marry into the pod, but I don't know. It's kind of an entity on its own, isn't it?
I know,
It's
but
like, oh.
I thought it was really sweet that she was like, bring it up more because it's great. I
That's
listen all the
so
time.
nice.
And her boyfriend was like, I hear your voice all the time.
All the time.
And now I've got to put a face to it. And I'm like, I'm sorry about
Could
that.
have just Googled us, for God's
Yeah.
sake.
I think he seemed a bit sick of our shit.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, ready for a tarot?
Yeah.
Queen of Wands.
Oh, Empress and Queen of Wands. Jesus, we've had a real run of good women.
Decisiveness and a willingness to lead produce tangible rewards.
Oh.
A perceived deficiency in leadership may take you where you want to hold the reins. Make you want to take hold of the reins, but don't do it. Restrain yourself and remain loyal to your higher ups. Stay energetic, enthusiastically confront the challenges directly in front of you. Perform in good faith. That's good, isn't it?
That's good.
The symbol of Queen of Wands represents confidence, creativity, and personal power. It often symbolises a strong, charismatic, and influential individual, typically a woman,
Yes.
who embodies these qualities: success in undertakings, a love of home and growing things, kindness and generosity. Also, love of money.
Oh my God. We do like money.
Oh my God.
That's very
And
good.
I want my farmhouse
Yeah, you do.
where I'm going to have
And
chickens.
pool.
Oh my
Well
God,
done.
I'm
You
absolutely
chose well.
obsessed with that.
You chose very
Oh
well.
my God, there's so much detail, but I'm not going to go into it. Have you got a story for me?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, could I have it, please?
Yes.
Do you know what? I'm just going to quickly text Adam because I don't think he's awake and he's supposed to be somewhere for 12:30. Should we put it on the pod?
Hi, love.
Oh, yeah, you awake?
Yeah.
Just checking.
I'm going to see IMAX.
Yeah, I know, but I was just making sure that you were actually up. Okay, bye.
Going to the IMAX.
Where are you off to?
Well, I'm in the pod. We're currently recording now. But I just thought, I don't know if Adam's awake, so I'll call you. Okay, bye.
All right, love you.
Love you. Oh, that's cute. Love you.
That's staying in.
Okay. Are you ready for
He's
this?
going to the IMAX.
What was he doing at the IMAX?
He's going to watch Deadpool because he's a fucking nerd.
Oh, what
And
a
apparently he was
nerd.
going to book the midnight show last night,
Wow.
but was like, no, because
Oh, he
she'd
geeks out on this, doesn't he? Geeks are the best, though.
Yeah.
Right, you ready?
Yes.
There is a broken down train on the London Underground.
Oh, lots of London Underground stuff.
I think it's my
isn't it?
favourite setting for a horror
Yeah,
story.
I do like a ghost story on the Underground.
Being an incident response manager on the London Underground can be a real drag. The constant need to be available can be a strain on your life, your relationships, the lot. My job title kind of speaks for itself. My main responsibility is to respond to, well, incidents and contain them as best as I can. Most of them are dull and repetitive. The incidents that I have to deal with are the train delays, and those are always due to some drunk idiots, and they are the main perpetrators. Another possible cause for delays are stray animals and obstruction on the tracks and, general train breakdowns. I won't bore you
General
with the
train breakdowns?
General train breakdowns.
Can't fucking help it.
I won't bore you with the details. I work specifically on the Metropolitan line, which is the oldest, most decrepit line in the city. It operates 24 hours, Monday to Saturday, and it's one of the busiest lines in London. The station I work at has been operational for decades, and that is evident in its crumbling brick and debilitating structure. It's a dark, cold, and damp place that carries this aura of dread and uneasiness. Nothing creepy ever occurs there, but it's a hair-raising place nonetheless. The perfect setting to a horror film. Well, nothing creepy ever occurred there until very recently. And I've been struggling to comprehend exactly what it is that I saw and witnessed. I've never relayed the details of what happened the night my life changed. So in light of that, I'd like to maintain complete anonymity, so I will not divulge my name and where I live. Not that any of it would matter anyway. Who I am is not important, but what I saw is. The night the events occurred was beyond mundane. And I wasn't even on site, but I was on call. At the time, I didn't live very far from the station. It was within walking distance, so should anything immediate happen, I could be there quickly. It was a Thursday night, nearly the end of the week, and I sat in my flat, struggling to keep my eyes open. I drank coffee until I felt sick, but still, the fatigue persevered, and I desperately needed sleep. I glanced at my watch through blurry, sleep-deprived eyes and saw that it was nearly 1 a.m. If nothing's happened by now, then the rest of the night should be quiet, and maybe I could get some much-needed rest. I made another coffee and sat down, and before I knew it, I drifted off. I was awoken by a loud beeping noise and realised that it was my phone, an alert message. I fumbled for it, feeling groggy and disorientated. When I looked at the message, it made my heart sink. I don't need this tonight. I bet it's another pisshead, I thought to myself. The message was clear. Something had happened and I was needed urgently. Feeling annoyed and frustrated, I threw on my coat and rushed out. By the time I got there, the station was more or less abandoned. A few late stragglers moved like zombies through the dimly lit station. I glanced at my alert message and the problem was at platform 1, the westbound train. I made my way to the office, hoping to find some other colleagues that maybe could give me some indication of what the issue was. When I got to the office, though, I found it empty. Not a soul in sight. I frowned since this was a strange occurrence. There was always someone there. I began feeling a little anxious, and I wasn't sure why. Maybe they're out to lunch and went for a coffee. Although it is 2 a.m, isn't it?
There, but loads of places. Is this American? No, it's not. I think this person's American.
Maybe they were out for some food or went for a coffee. This wasn't a big deal. Calm yourself down, I told myself.
So British of us to go, who goes for a coffee at 2 a.m?
Yeah. Yeah, not in London.
Coffee.
No, you won't find that. You'll find a kebab.
Yeah.
I made my way to the platform.
Sam's chicken.
Oh, I love Sam's chicken.
It's good.
God bless.
I like chicken cottage.
Oh, me too.
I know it's shit, but I do love
the
a
mountain
chicken.
burger.
Any
Hash
chicken
brown.
burger. Yes.
Yeah,
Why aren't
yeah.
hash browns on every chicken
Yes,
burger?
for fuck's sake.
Why?
Shove a bit of potato
Why?
in. Yeah,
it's
I know.
amazing.
Yeah, double
with all
carb.
the tomato sauce. Fuck. I'm really hungry.
Maybe they were out for some food or they went for a coffee. This wasn't a big deal. Calm yourself down, I told myself. I made my way to the platform, and when I got there, I noticed just how eerily quiet and empty it was. I've been on empty platforms plenty of times before, but it's the nature of the job. But something about that night felt peculiar. Like something wasn't quite right. I just didn't know what it was. Not yet. I saw the faint, dim lights of the train flicker up ahead in the darkened tunnel. I rolled my eyes at the sight of it, wondering what had happened this time to make it stop in the middle of the tunnel. This is one of the aspects of my job that I detested the most. The train tracks are generally quite dangerous, and no matter your experience, things could still go wrong. I went towards the door that led into the tunnel whilst retrieving what I needed to get the job done, whatever the problem was. I couldn't see anything immediate upon first look, no obstructions on the track. It looked like it had just stopped. Everything appeared to be functional. I'd have to get on board and speak with the driver. I walked towards the front of the train, observing the interior on my way. The inside of the train was in complete darkness, as if all the light had been plucked from within. It was pitch black. The hell? I wondered to myself. This was incredibly unusual. The train hadn't lost power because I could still hear the engine grunting and moaning. The only logical explanation I could think of was maybe the bulbs blew inside the carriage, but I'd never seen that happen. Just because it never happened doesn't mean that it never could, I reasoned with myself. I reached the driver booth and peered in. I noticed it was empty. Fuck. The driver was never permitted to leave his post. I can't say that word!
Permitted.
The driver was never permitted to leave his post with the engine still running. It risked lives unnecessarily. I felt the fear I was feeling dwindle within me, and then it was replaced with anger and annoyance. I was ready to give this driver a piece of my mind when I located him. I tried the door and it was unlocked. Another transgression. I walked in gingerly. It was so dark inside. I retrieved my flashlight and fumbled with the controls. Everything seemed to be in working order. Nothing broken, nothing that would have caused whatever was happening here. Then I heard something.
Ugh.
A soft yet anguished wail. I nearly jumped out my skin. The sound.
I thought for a second.
A
you meant
whale, an
whale.
actual whale. I heard a dolphin.
For a second, I heard
A
a
seal.
koi. Kois don't make noises, do they? Oh, no, I can't say that now.
What? Go on.
No, I can't. Tim, cut it out.
Then we both came. Sorry, we're cutting
Then
all
we
this out. Oh, it's so fucked up, but I'm a narcissist. I'm like,
Sorry.
Right, we're back in. I nearly jumped out my skin. The sound came from behind me, in the train carriages beyond the door. I'd never felt fear like this before. It was entirely alien to me, and I wasn't sure how to handle it. I considered myself an extremely level-headed and logical person. I didn't fear the dark, but I guess I feared the unknown. Doesn't everyone? Whatever was happening here, I didn't know how to handle it. My brain couldn't compute with the unknown. I braced myself to walk through the door. I didn't know what I was going to find beyond, so I knew I needed to be prepared. The rational side of my brain was working hard to vindicate the irrational thoughts that seemed to be seeping into my mind. When I walked in, I couldn't see anything, and with my quivering hand, I lifted my flashlight. And at that moment, all the lights in the carriage turned on. I wasn't prepared for what I saw. All the passengers were there.
Oh.
They were all standing
Dead.
in a perfect line facing the wall. I couldn't see their faces. They were all obscured by one another. They stood so close, too close. I stared, flabbergasted. What was happening here? I couldn't move. I didn't dare. I was paralysed to the spot. Hello? I said. No one answered. They all stood eerily still. You know how the human body always makes some sort of movement? The rising of the chest as you exhale or inhale, the sudden yet minor involuntary jerks of the body in its natural state. Do you know what I'm talking about? You must. Well, these people, they were completely stationary. There was nothing, absolutely nothing, and it terrified me. I managed to move my body to walk closer, but I couldn't tear my eyes away from them. What were they doing? Was this some sort of joke? A mutual prank? I slowly reached into my pocket to retrieve my mobile. I had to call someone. Then I realised I was underground and there was no service down here. I cursed under my breath. That's when I heard the soft yet anguished wail again. It came from further down the row of these human statues. I strained my neck and saw that it was the driver. He had the TfL uniform on. My body regained its fervour, and I ran towards him, panting heavily. Well, what's going on? I said to him. He too was facing the wall like the others, but his body was at least moving.
Oh.
Jerking in awkward
Like
motions.
he's doing the robot.
Yeah. His shoulders quivered and shook, and this is when I realised that he was crying softly. Mate, are you okay? I asked again. He didn't answer, but began to slowly turn towards me. When I saw his face, my heart nearly leapt out of my mouth. His eyes were missing.
Oh, that's not good, is it?
I looked into his barren, blood
His
cake.
barren holes.
His barren holes. Mr. Barren Holes.
That's horrible.
I looked into his barren, blood-caked holes and I cried out. I could see the congealed blood, the crust that caked the skin beneath. He looked at me, really
Ice magma.
Oh, fuck. Why did you have to?
Why did you have to?
Did you have to? Did you have to let it linger? Remember?
No,
Okay.
the crust certainly is.
He looked at me, really looked like he could see me, even though his eyes had been plucked from within his head. Help me, please, he said. What can I do? What happened to you? I replied.
There aren't actually holes though when your eyes go missing, are there? There are like there's like there's
Holes.
muscle that's there.
It will be a muscly hole.
Muscle, like a bum hole.
Yeah.
Eye holes do look like bum holes.
Do they?
Yeah,
How do you know that?
because I have known people with no eyes or
Have you?
one eye and a glass eye. When they pop it out, there's like a.
I don't
It is
actually,
like a
do you know
bum
what? I
hole.
actually can't. It's like your creamy egg moment.
What do
I
you
actually can't.
Oh, I love
No,
creamy
please,
eggs.
please. We need to move
Also, before we move on, I have to say, I thought I loved our fan base, and I'm just disappointed because
Why?
I've had like 3 messages now, which I know isn't many in the grand scheme of things, but I've had 3 messages saying that Colin the Caterpillar is overrated.
Huns, I love you.
No, and if you're a Colin the Caterpillar fan, can you please drop me a message, because
this is what I'm on about.
I feel like everyone's lost their goddamn minds.
Yeah, it's over fucking rated.
No,
Thank
piss
you. Thank you.
Piss off!
Right, are you ready to get back in?
Yes, please.
Help me, please, he said. What can I do? What happened to you? I replied. It's them. They're coming. Please. What happened? Tony, is that your name? Who's coming? I asked. Oh, God. They're already here. You don't understand. They take your eyes. That's how they get your soul. He screamed. Before he could say anything further, he turned away, but it was almost like he didn't turn away voluntarily. It was as if someone forced him to face the wall. Like there was invisible hands enveloping his body, making him do their bidding.
Oh, sexy.
At that moment, every single person in the carriage arched their backs. I heard their bones snap and crack.
Oh, it's all like ghost shagging, isn't it?
And like fragile branches of a derelict tree. I saw then that none of them had eyes, just empty crimson-coloured sockets.
Empty, creamy sockets.
Back in your box. Then they opened their mouths, wider than I thought was humanly possible. Then I watched as their throats constricted and morphed like something was inside, trying to crawl out. I began backing away, looking for any other possible exit. I couldn't see one. I heard a screeching sound and whipped around. Sweat was pouring off me in buckets. One of the train doors had opened. Something large and wet smacked the ground.
And in charge.
Smacked the ground, mimicking the sound of meat hitting a slab.
That's still making me hungry.
Steak. Then, whatever it was, slithered further into the carriage.
Well, I never.
I thought I was going to vomit out my insides when I saw the disgusting thing. I don't know what it was, but I was certain it was not human. It made sloppy, slurping noises as it slid further and further into the train. A wet, blubbering puddle of matter lay in front of me.
Wow.
It looked like a moving, living lump of jelly.
Jelly?
Sticky and moist.
Oh.
It had no body. Not a solid body anyway, but its eyes were human. I'm imagining like...
Have you ever seen like the things that people do with animals with human eyes? And they're just like...
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of
very
that
funny.
that GIF. I love that GIF where it's like just a blob sat in bed looking at the ceiling.
Yeah.
I use that GIF all the time because I have insomnia.
Yeah. Do you think that you do have clinical insomnia?
I don't know. I've just diagnosed myself with something.
You do wake up very early.
I wake up early, and do you know what it is? I go to sleep fast. I wake up really early. It's annoying, but it's not insomnia. I need
tired,
to not.
Though?
Look at me. I'm buzzing.
Oh, yeah. So
Feel
you don't
great.
need that much sleep.
No, maybe I'll just do
great.
a good old 5 hours and then let me go.
Good old 45 minutes and I'm ready for the day.
Yeah. Release me into the wild.
I slept like the dead for 9 hours.
It dawned on
Look at us with our bracelet and bobble.
Fuck.
What's happening?
Oh, my God. We literally are morphing into the same
people.
human. Yeah.
And, right, let me ask you a serious question.
Yeah.
I want some curtain bangs here. It won't be a full fringe.
Oh, God.
But is it too much similar?
No, I couldn't give a fuck. You have to live your best life.
I want a bit of curtainy here.
Go
but
for
I don't
it,
want
then.
a fringe. You've got a fringe.
I do very much have a fringe, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to just go here. I don't want us to be the exact same, but maybe we should be.
We are. At this stage, I'm like,
we've even got similar outfits on.
Yeah, I know. Bit of shoulder.
Oh, we've got those straps.
Yeah, we've got the same exact
and
style
we're
top.
both without bras.
Yeah, I know. No bra, same top,
no
same scrunchie.
teddy prisons today for Hannah and Sue.
Big ass.
Sorry, carry on.
Okay. Its eyes were piercing. They were human. It dawned on me where those eyes came from.
My head.
It looked at me and formed what I think was a smile, a detestable smile that dribbled and contorted. I screamed. I didn't know what else to do. It continued to move its grotesque, limp and gelatin-like form towards me. I had to get out of there. I turned around and saw that every passenger was enjoying it.
Sorry, no, I'm just really tired. Sorry, no, I am enjoying it.
You slept like the dead and you're
so who's
tired.
I know, I didn't get, I had too many wines.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Fun.
Do you have any wine last night? Didn't have any, did you?
I had a half pint of pale ale.
Okay. What? So this monster hasn't taken his eyes.
We don't know yet, Hannah.
Well, how would he fucking see?
Well, we don't know because we haven't got on with the story because you're yawning at me.
Yeah, sorry. Very tired.
I had to get out of there. I turned around. Well, we don't know it's his eyes, and you're yawning again. Jesus. Sure, I'm just going to look at the light and tell the lamp.
No, tell me.
Okay.
It can't be his eyes because he wouldn't fucking see.
No one said it was his eyes.
But you said we don't know. It can't be, can it?
You're very stuck on this point. And I hope for your sake that we find out whose eyes they are.
So do I.
Right. I had to get out of there. I turned around and saw that every passenger was gone, vanished. Then I noticed that each train carriage door was open. And I could hear that squelching noise all around me. They were coming. I ran towards the driver door. I ran as fast as my legs could take me, and when I exited the train, I looked behind me and really wished I hadn't. They were all slithering towards me and they were moving fast. I continued running until I was back on the platform, until I was out of that godforsaken station, and I limped home. I thought about going back to work the next day, but I just couldn't. I couldn't face it. I knew that no one would believe me. I knew that I would be dubbed a crazy person, and I couldn't handle that. I know what I saw.
Soz.
I know what I saw, but it was impossible to form into any kind of logical explanation, and that was because what I saw was anything but logical. I looked for a guy called Tony, asked around, and learnt that Tony went missing the day before that night, along with 15 other passengers. No one could explain it. No one even wanted to.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
A colleague tried to let me know before my shift, but claimed that his messages wouldn't go through. I didn't understand. I quit my job after that. No one ever reported a broken down train on the Metropolitan line that night, and I'll never understand what I experienced or what happened to those people. But one thing I do know, I'll never forget those wet, slurping sounds I heard that night. And I'll never forget how that rippling mess of a creature smiled at me.
So we don't know whose eyes they are?
I don't think it was anyone's eye. They just said they look like human eyes.
I know whose eyes they are, and then never told me.
Really?
Yeah.
Hang on. I don't think so.
Yes.
It dawned on me then where those eyes came. Oh,
yes.
yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right.
And
yeah, to be fair.
And I'm like, where? A human head, then. Let's
That's weird, though.
that.
You're right. That is weird. It never got tied up, did it?
No. Anyway, would you like a story from me? I did enjoy it, though.
Thank you.
I like a London Underground story.
Yes.
I work overnight security at a nearly empty mall, and it's getting creepy. Part 1.
Stunning.
Boom! I walk down a long corridor of empty storefronts next to Mr. Jenkins, a fat man who sweated through his polyester blazer. He smoked a cigar indoors. That's probably illegal. And I thought maybe he was testing. His cigars smell like farts as well. They're
I don't
rank.
like cigars. I do not like
they're
them.
horrible. I do like one, but they do smell
Nasty.
horrible.
Nasty.
That's probably illegal, and I thought maybe he was testing me. I was there to take the job as the overnight security guard for his dying mall. Was he testing me? See if I had the moral courage to call out a man in power for violating the rules of this space? No, I decided. He just didn't give a fuck anymore. All the stores were closing, and he was here, and all the stores were closing, and here he was having to hire an overnight security guard to stand sentry for a bunch of unprofitable space. Almost 1 million square feet of retail space, he said. 8 full corridors, 3 with second floors, beautiful statues and fountains designed to be an incredible artist, a food court and 3 major department stores. He stopped talking. That was my Brooklyn accent, guys, just in case anyone cares.
I thought that was deep Cockney.
No, did you not hear the 8 full corridors?
8 full.
8 full corridors.
Okay, yeah, good.
3 with second floor, you know what I mean? He stopped talking, waiting for some input from me. Impressive, I said. Yeah, he said. Used to be. What's the need for an overnight bodyguard, I asked. Has there been an uptick in crime? Worse, he said. Fucking YouTubers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I said. It's this website where people post videos. I know what YouTube is, I said. I'm 24 and not Amish. I mean, what are they doing in the mall?
Not
Very
Amish.
sassy, isn't he?
Not Amish.
Yeah, Amish.
Amish.
I think you can say it either way. Amish.
Amish. Well,
It's only Amish because it's an American accent. Amish. Amish.
Amish.
Amish.
Amish.
Amish. Anyway, not Amish.
Amish.
I mean, what are they doing in the mall? Breaking in at night, filming their videos, skateboarding, pranking, ghost hunting, he said. Thought that might get your attention. What are you fucking looking at over there?
I want to put that on.
Go on then.
I can't. I don't know how.
Go on then. Susie's looking at this. Susie's fucking ADHD brain's kicking in. She's just stood up as I'm doing a story and she's like, I want to put this light on. Fuck, she's turning stuff off now in the studio. We're going to get fucking banned.
Don't know how.
Is the place haunted? I asked. He stopped, looked at me in the eyes. Malls are like hospitals or colleges, he said. Big public areas. There's not more areas.
Areas. That's a big public area.
There's not one in the country that doesn't have at least one ghost story attached to it. Doesn't mean they're true. He took a puff of his cigar. You a YouTuber, Brian? No, I said. Job's yours if you want it.
Nice.
The first few shifts were easy. I'm a night owl.
I'm a night hole.
I'm a night owl. I like being holed in the night. It's why I applied for the job. That and you could do that job actually. You're a bit of a night owl. Well, morning owl.
You could do that. You're the opposite of it.
Oh, I've lost my mind. That and I didn't know what else to do with my recently acquired BA in philosophy. I'm pretty sure Socrates was an overnight security guard until Plato started writing down everything he said.
This guy's a twat.
So who knows? Lightning could strike twice. I'd start my night by doing a full lap around the corridors, ride up and down the escalators, or go through the employee-only hallways that house a few storage rooms for stores. They're mostly empty since the mall itself is devoid of stores. It's weird to think that all the empty storefronts I'd walk past, they all used to be places people would flock to, weekly if not daily. I guess internet shopping got rid of all. Shut the fuck up, Brian. Anyway, the whole night I'd blast music from my phone through the mall's loudspeaker system. Wasn't a bad gig. On the fourth night, I left my phone at the central kiosk playing a mix of 80s pop while I wandered around. It was a little after 3 a.m. by that point, and Sunita was singing So Macho on the... At the end of all the corridors were fountains with... I hate Sunita so much.
You have a vendetta.
Yeah. With faceless metal statues. They held each other's hands and danced in a circle around the fountain. All the corridors had some variation of these same statues in almost identical poses. I was on the second floor overlooking a fountain. Each head looked to the left at the next statue. I'm sure of it. I'd seen the statue dozens of times. But when I leaned over to the rail... When I leaned over the rail, one of the statues looked up at me.
Oh!
That's gross, isn't
Oh!
it? Isn't that gross?
Oh, no!
I hate that.
Ugh. Mannequin.
Disgusting. I jumped back. I couldn't have seen what I thought I did, or maybe I never noticed that one of the statues happened to be looking upwards. I leaned back over the rail. The statue now looked to the left at the next statue, as they all did. I avoided the end of that corridor for the rest of the night. The next night I came in early, while the remaining shops were still open. I figured I'd grab some dinner in the food court, walk around the mall in a less creepy context, and maybe ask some of the other employees if they'd ever seen anything weird. I had a slice of pizza at Sbarro.
Love pizza.
Me too. I need to stop eating pizza. It is a constant
Is it?
staple in my diet, yeah.
Is it?
It's always there. It's always there.
Oh.
It's always there. It's always in the back of my mind. I'm always thinking about her. A little slice of heaven.
Haunted by pizza.
Yeah. I had a slice of pizza at Sparrow when I saw her. Goth yogurt girl.
Excuse me.
That's probably not her name. That's just what I called her in my head. She had long black hair, black eyeshadow, and nail polish, pale skin. But she wore this pastel girly yogurt shop uniform that completely clashed with her personal aesthetic. I wasn't hungry, but decided to get some yogurt. Large shake, please, I said. If you're not hungry, but you're going over to chat to the woman, wouldn't you just get a small one? So many plot holes.
Yeah.
So many plot
Also,
holes.
hang on, isn't he like the night manager and...
Yeah, he's coming early because he wants something to eat and he's trying to check out
Oh,
what
he's
the
like,
mall's
he's
like in the
hitting on
day.
the goth girl.
And he's now hitting on the goth girl, yeah.
Yeah, so he wants to impress her. He'll be like, I drink large shakes because I'm big boy.
Yeah. Was he Irish? No, Scottish. I'm big boy.
I'm big boy.
Fat bastard.
I'm big boy.
I'm big boy. Large shake,
I'll have one
please.
big, large, milky shake.
Milky, creamy shake. And have you got an egg to go with that?
Don't.
Could you swirl the cocoa, crazy chocolate, and the salivatingly strange strawberry together?
Oh, fuck. Brian, if someone had said that to me and I was serving him, I'd be like, you make me sick.
Go away. Just say, can I have the chocolate and strawberry?
Yeah.
I like it, she said, and got to work on my order. I'm Brian, I said, the new security guy. Yeah, I figured from the uniform, she said. How long have you worked here, I asked. Well, I finished my associates a little over a year ago, and then I bought this place, she said. Wait, you own the yogurt shop? Yeah, she said. The old owner wanted out since the mall's not doing so hot, so I got it for a song. Figured it was cheaper than finishing my 4-year degree. Why don't you just make it all goth-themed, then? Sorry if that's rude to ask, it's just... No, I get it, she said and handed me my shake. That's like my thing. She just gestured at her makeup. I get it. If the place were all goth, people would only assume I had black yogurt or something, but if I'm the pretty yogurt princess...
Yogurt.
This is so weird. Yogurt. Have you had froyo?
I have, yeah. In my time. Good. It is very good, but I don't find an occasion for it much these days.
No. Well, there's not any around. And I'd rather have ice cream. But if I'm the pretty yogurt princess, she curtsied, customers know that I have all sorts of fruity and fun flavours. This is a horrible conversation between two weird people. I sucked up some of the some of the strawberry chocolate
I just got shivers of how gross that was.
Creamy. This is amazing, I said. I handed her cash. Hey, can I ask you something? Yeah, I'm one step ahead of you, she said with a smile. She started writing something on my receipt. What? I said. I was going to ask you if you ever saw anything weird in the mall, anything spooky or anything that's creeped you out. She stopped writing. Her eyes narrowed. Who told you to ask me that? She asked. Leave me alone, I'm sick of getting made fun of. She tossed my change and receipt to me. She tossed me off. She then tossed me off. She tossed my change and receipt to me and stormed off to the back room. I walked away and looked at the receipt, but she was giving me a phone number before I pissed her off. That night, I made every excuse not to walk down the end of the corridor that spooked me. There's a CCTV system, but Jenkins had mentioned it kept breaking and he got sick of constantly trying to get it repaired. I spent a good part of the night fiddling with it, trying to get it to work again, but no such luck. I spent time on YouTube looking for these videos that featured the mall. I found several by a skateboarder ripping down the hallways and through empty stores. In one video, Jenkins sees him and tries to chase him for like 5 feet before he gives up, puffing out a cigar smoke as he doubles over. There were a handful of prank videos too, almost all of which involved a teenage boy pushing another teenage boy into one of the fountains. Oddly, I couldn't find any ghost hunting videos or anything creepy for that matter. A little after midnight, I stared into a pillar with a reflective surface. It distorted my shape like a funhouse mirror. Blue Monday was playing over the loudspeakers. 80s music felt appropriate for them all, so I just kept playing the same mix of songs. Through the reflection, I saw something shining behind me. Around the nearest Around the nearest corner was a faceless metal statue, its head poked around an empty corner store, its hands clutching the edge of the wall barely in sight. None of the statues were positioned like that anywhere, and they were all at the ends of corridors, not near fountains, not here. I sprinted down the hall away from the statue to the nearest exit. Blue Monday played, and I thought I was mistaken, and I thought I heard you speak. Tell me, how do I feel? Tell me now, how do I feel? What's that?
Blue Monday, I guess.
Yeah, but what? How does it go?
Well, Hannah, you just hold the fucking line, all right?
Oh, okay, you're going to find it.
Your call is important to me.
We don't even know what song it is.
Blue Monday.
By who?
Blue Monday.
You can't just keep repeating Blue Monday over and over
I thought Blue
again.
Monday was the name of the song.
Oh, I thought it was a band.
New Order, here we go.
Oh, right.
I like New Order, actually.
Do you?
Yeah.
God, we sound so fucking thick.
No, we don't. I disagree. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know this.
This is probably going to fuck up the algorithm.
I don't know. I still don't know how it goes though, that bit. But yeah, that's the song.
How does it
How
make you
does it-
feel?
Oh, yes.
To
Tell
treat
now.
me like
Yes,
you do.
Yes. Yeah, fine, good. The chain gate was locked shut in front of the doors. I fumbled with the keys. As I did, I turned back. The statue was at the end of the hall out in the open. One arm reached out to me. I stopped searching for the gate key. YouTubers, I thought. They're the reason I got hired. What if this is some elaborate video prank? Scare the security guard. I might end up in a viral video looking like the biggest coward. So I put my keys back in my pocket and took deliberate steps towards the statue. Mall's closed, I said. You're not supposed to be in here. The statue didn't move. I didn't know what got into me, adrenaline, I guess, but I sprinted at it. You're trespassing, I said. The statue was motionless. All right, I thought, you want to play chicken? I can play chicken. I leapt to tackle the statue. My body thudded against the hard metal torso, then the back of my head slammed into the tile floor.
Ow.
As I lay there, dizzy, the statue moved. It bent over my body and tilted its head like a dog. I passed out. I woke up in a hospital bed. A doctor told me I was lucky I hadn't slipped into a coma. A guy I'd never met before came into my room wearing my uniform. He was barely 30. I looked down at myself and saw that I was in a hospital gown. Did you steal my uniform? I asked. What? No, this is my uniform. I'm George, one of the day guards. Oh, sorry, I've got a minor concussion, I said. I found you when I opened the mall, he said. What the hell happened? I told him about the statue, how it followed me, that I thought maybe it was a YouTuber. He handed me my phone I'd left at the central kiosk playing music. All right, he said, I'm going to call Mr. Jenkins, let him know you tackled a YouTuber in the line of duty. But I don't think... I'm going to tell him that's what he wants to hear. Don't let his cheap suit and dime store cigars fool you. The guy's loaded. If he thinks you took down a YouTuber last night, he'll cover your hospital bill. George stepped into the hallway to call Mr. Jenkins. While he was out there, I Googled the name of the mall and ghost hunting. I'd looked it up on YouTube before, but found nothing. I searched the wider internet, but searching the wider internet yielded a different result. On some probably malware-riddled website, there was a copy of an old YouTube video that's been taken down. A college-age girl addressed her viewers from inside her car. She said her name was Amanda. She planned to hide in a restroom overnight before closing. That way she could stay in there and do a ghost hunt. She held up an audio recorder and a night vision camera.
Sounds like what we
It sounds like us. I skipped ahead and she sat in a bathroom stall. She sat quietly but kept jerking her head every time she heard the slightest sound. Who's that? She whispered. Who's there? Another creaking sound. I jumped ahead towards the end of the video. She was running and screamed, all the doors are gone, all the doors are gone, I don't know how to get out, what's happening? A guy was with her now. At least I think it was a guy. The face never came into view. There was a strange ambient sound in the video. I can't tell you what it was though. George came back into my hospital room. I stopped the video. Jenkins sends his regards and said he'd call the hospital and take care of the bill, and you should find a mall gift certificate in your locker next time you're in. Doctor said you can leave today. No reason to stay overnight. You need a ride back? Get in your car? Oh, you need a ride back? Get to your car? I shuddered. I don't know if I want to go back there, I said. Maybe I didn't explain what I saw, but... I said I wanted to talk to you about something, George said. I believe you saw something weird last night, something you can't explain. You're not the only one who's had that happen. There's a group of us. If you come by tonight, around 6 p.m, we meet in the back room of the Drunken Bard, the gaming store near the food court. George, I said, what's in the mall? What did I see last night? He hesitated, like he didn't know what to say. Or there was too much to say, I don't know. Come talk to us this evening, he said. I've got to get back to work. Listen, I understand if you don't want to come, if you quit. Listen, I'll understand if you don't want to come, if you quit. Most guys don't last long on the night shift. I do hope to see you this evening, though. If you tried to tackle one of those things, you're brave and we could use your help. He left. Statues that move at night, and that YouTuber Amanda screamed that all the doors had disappeared. I don't know if that's real or even what happened to her. Maybe that was for a prank channel too. But I don't know if $8.50 an hour is worth digging for answers on this one. Anyway, if I can't find a better job or at least meet up with George and his group, I'll let you know how things go. Part 2.
I love the mission has been set. It's like meet me.
I hate that. Creeping behind a door, it's horrible. Also, and I hate it when you're like just looking around and then all of a sudden you spot it and it's like.
And also mannequins. There's something about like you know Goosebumps Night of the Living Dummy.
Oh yeah.
Was it called that?
I've never read that one.
Night of the Living
to be honest.
Maybe I'm mixing up my things. That one freaked me.
What was it? A mannequin?
It's the dummies, the ventriloquist dummies.
Oh yes.
And it was a very like Goosebumps
I have read that
kind of thing. And they fucking oh my god, it used to scare the shit out of me. And like mannequins, dummies, dolls.
Yeah. Gross.
And even like the new AI things where it's like, I am your new assistant. And you're like, no.
No, thank you.
I'm going to read you a littley and then you could do Creep of the Week.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, this is little one for you, please. I went to a wedding of my friend Courtney. about 2 days ago, and I still can't shake my mind over what happened. For context, I grew up in a very religious household and went to a church every Sunday, and Courtney is probably the only person from my old church that I still keep in contact with. The situation started at the reception. Courtney was super excited to see me and was definitely the only person who felt that way, judging from all the stares from the people at my old church. I sat down at my table and started playing something on my phone when some guy sat next to me. He said that the seating chart said that he was supposed to sit at my table and introduced himself as the groom's friend, Anthony. He was pretty cute, so I spent a lot of time talking to him and we really hit it off. He didn't seem to judge me for being an atheist now, and he seemed genuinely interested in me. When the dance started, they started playing Brown Eyed Girl and he offered to dance with me. We danced together for most of the night until he left to go to the bathroom, and a little later I did too. When I came out, I saw that my purse wasn't on the table, which was weird because I swore I'd left it there. I was tired and thought I'd just left it in my car, so I went into the parking lot and into my car to look for it. And I found it on the centre console, or dashboard, I guess.
Yes.
I'm going to say dashboard.
Yeah.
And I found it on the centre dashboard. I still thought it was weird because I really thought I'd brought it inside. But at that point, it was pretty late in the night, so I didn't think much of it. I danced some more and noticed Anthony was gone. I asked the groom who said he had gone home. No, I asked the groom who said he had gone home because he wasn't feeling too good. Pretty soon, I felt pretty sick too, so I said bye to Courtney and I went to my car. As I put my keys in the ignition, I looked behind me.
Oh, no.
I saw something weird.
Gross.
It looked like someone had ducked down in the back seat. I took my keys out and looked back there, and that was when I saw him. Anthony was crouched down in the back seat of my car. I started screaming and ran out with him, chasing after me. I went inside and told Courtney, who immediately told her husband, who walked me back to my car. Well, Anthony was nowhere to be seen.
Oh, he's in the boot.
Courtney's husband said that he didn't see his car anywhere, so he probably left. I left, and I still feel sick.
Did she check the boot?
Fucking check the boot. I left and still feel sick to my stomach thinking about this. He could have easily gone home with me and killed me if I hadn't looked back. Courtney says that she feels terrible that she invited him and she had no idea he'd do that. I haven't stepped out of my house since because I'm worried that if I do, he'll be waiting for me like before.
Oh.
True story, mate. That fucking
That's
happened.
Gross.
Isn't that vile?
I hate that. I always check my seats. It
Like,
looks stupid.
He lured her out by putting the bag on the dashboard. And she's like,
That's gross.
that's so funny. I don't remember putting that there. And there he is just like, I'm going to get you.
Oh, rank.
Grim. Creep of the week.
Doof, doof.
Creep of the week.
Boom, boom.
Creep of the week.
Ah,
Creep of the week.
boom.
Creep of the
Woo! Hi, Huns. My name is Jenny, and I'm from New York City.
New York City.
I sure hope you say this in your amazing American accents. New York City.
Oh, hey, I'm Jenny from New York City.
From New York.
Is it Jenny?
Jenny?
Jenny
From
Jenny.
New York.
Oh, hey, Jenny.
I just found your podcast and I've been binging the hell out of it at work, laughing my ass off, which is fine because I work alone. I'm extremely picky with my podcast, so congratulations on making the cut.
Oh, well, thank you, Jenny.
I'm very happy about it.
Jenny.
Gracias.
Gracias,
I'm
Jenny.
pretty sure my house is haunted.
Oh, babe.
Or maybe I'm haunted because I've seen and heard shit my whole life. Little things here and there, but the most significant things that have happened started after my son was born in 2011. Good year, that. 2011. Enjoyed myself.
2011.
21, I was.
That was.
21.
Do you know what? That was a good year. That was just before.
How old were you? 35.
Yeah, I was 42. Yeah. A while ago now.
21.
I've got 7
Actually, was it a
grandkids.
good time? Because I was, yeah, it fucking was. It was. I was in Ibiza, living my best life.
I was going into my second year of drama school, second and final year.
Right. God, we were in very
Tits
different.
and teeth,
We were in very
leotards,
different places.
in a panto.
I was just working so I could earn money to go and get pissed.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was what I was doing. So
Yeah, I
I
was
could go and
fanning about with Shakespeare and all that bollocks.
Oh yeah, that was wow, Jesus, very different lives.
Listen, now we've all
Who'd have
changed,
thought,
eh?
Both of those paths would have led us to the same place.
You just would never thunk
Weird,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Never thunk it. No, you wouldn't. When he was a toddler, we were home alone and my husband was at work. I had my back to the kitchen one afternoon and my son said, "Who's that man behind you?"
Oh, fuck off.
Fuck off, you're going in the bin, mate.
Get in the
Yeah.
child bin where all
Sorry,
the other
Jenny,
kids
I'm
can
sure
go.
he's lovely, but that would be my a gut reaction.
No.
Yeah. Doof.
Drop kick.
Yeah. That
Over
like
the
it would just
fence.
what's that word like a reflex.
Yeah, the reflex, yeah.
Who's that man behind you? I turned and I said, there's no one here but us, buddy. And he got mad and said, no, who's that man? And again, I turned around and I said, there's no one else here, bud. And he got mad and walked away. Toddlers can be really mad, little people. They're like, they're full of anger. Sometime later on another day, we were downstairs playing games on the iPad and we heard a sound on his baby monitor that sounded like what it would sound like when he'd play with his toys upstairs. A tapping on his bookshelf. We looked at each other and he said, what's that? I said, I don't know, maybe it's the cat. We then heard what sounded like maybe the cat rubbing on the monitor. The cat fucking the monitor. Rubbing its getting off on the monitor. Or some kind of rustling sound. I said, oh yeah, that's the cat. But my son pointed to the other end of the couch and said, the cat's right there.
Oh my God, little
Good times.
Damien.
I know, yeah.
The cat's right there.
Or Sarky. Because
Yeah.
Freddie started doing that. Like if he says something I don't understand him, he keeps saying it. Then I go, oh, do you mean this? And he goes, yeah, silly Auntie
Well
Hannah.
done, you.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Wow.
you're two, back off.
Yeah, fucking in your box.
Yeah. But
Wow.
obviously I don't say that. I get you're thinking. One very early dark morning after I went to work, my son woke my husband up to tell him the tall black rat man at the end of the bed won't let him sleep.
What?
Which freaked the shit out of my husband. Other than the rat man, we hear running around in the house talking, sometimes a general feeling of things not being right. My husband is sceptical, but he'll sometimes tell me he hears what I've been telling him. My son is a teen now, and just last summer we got home with food, and I was washing my hands and getting the plates ready, and I heard walking in the hallway. His door opened and I yelled, perfect timing, we just got home. I didn't hear a response, and I'm like, oh, he's messing around to scare me. So I went upstairs and he's sitting at his desk, staring towards the door, looking freaked out. And I was like, what are you doing? I thought you were coming downstairs. And he said, no, I was sitting here and I heard something and then my door just opened. Our house is not drafty. If anything, it could do with some better ventilation. Later that night, after everyone was asleep and my edible kicked in, it's legal here, so it's got, listen, even if it wasn't,
Jenny.
that's fine.
What a hum.
I told whatever is in our house to scare us that it had better stop or I'm going to fucking kick its ass.
Yes, Jenny.
Haven't heard much since, but I do hear the running still. Anyway, sorry it's long. Please don't apologise. Love your podcast so much. I hope you continue to make it for the next 49 years, Jenny.
Well,
It sounds a bit threatening, actually. What's going to happen on year 50, Jenny?
yeah, she's like, make it for
I'm going to kick your
49.
ass, too.
ass.
I love that. Who's that man?
Black rat
Who's that man behind
Black
you?
rat man.
Who's that man?
Are we any clearer of, like, is it like a rat? Like,
Dunno.
what is it?
It's it could be, maybe that's what we heard in York.
Yeah.
A rat man.
Like,
Not
what
a rat,
what are they
but a
called?
rat man.
Cryptids.
Yeah.
Shit, Jenny.
Thank you so much, Jenny. That was absolutely stunning. Are you ready for We Get
Yes.
Haunted?
Always.
Okay, here we are at We Get
God,
Haunted.
we're so good like that. We'll just get haunted, won't we?
Honestly,
we just get a
the
bit
amount
haunted.
of people that keep coming up to me and going, I really wouldn't mess with that.
I know, and you're like, we've messed
And
now.
I'm like,
we're so fucking balls deep in a haunting.
but I think it's kind of like, I think we're good haunted because weird things keep happening that we
yeah,
can't really explain.
unexplained.
What was it the other day? So we were like, that's a bit of a fucking, it wasn't even a
Yeah.
coincidence. I can't remember what it was, but it was something.
No, things keep. Yeah, it is weird. I don't know whether it's more I'm attuned to it more now, like weird patterns, but
I
odd
keep
things
hearing
are
things in
happening.
the house as well. Like, I told you about my mum. Oh well, I told you about going to the toilet in the middle of the night, and I heard someone go,
yeah.
Hannah.
Yeah. Also, when I was here
Who
in
was it?
Spotify earlier, I was the first one in, and I was just sat there with the fan in my face eating some fish.
Oh, what a
So
piece
that's
of-
my lovely
What do you
private
mean?
moment. Fucking salmon baguette from Pret.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
I just imagined you with a whole
Big
trout.
fish.
And I do love trout, so I wouldn't have minded that.
Anyway, I was sat there like a wrong one eating my fish sandwich,
Yeah.
enjoying my little moment of serenity and peace.
Mm.
And then I heard,
Oh. Oh.
and I was like, it's Lewis. It's obviously Lewis.
Mm.
And then I saw Lewis from the other side,
Oh no.
and there was no one else there. And the corridor was black, and there's no one in.
Mm.
So, don't know what the fuck that is.
Weird shit's been happening. Right, okay. Are you going to make your own little Ouija board?
Oh, am I?
Yes, I want you to write, and I want you to. What I want you to do is, I want you to think I want you to get really in your own head. And I want you to, as you're
Me,
writing
my
the
own
words,
head, never.
close your eyes and then write yes, but really think of contacting
Close my
the
eyes
spirits.
and write yes.
Yes, exactly. Your eyes have to be closed and you have to be really channeling
I've done
the
yes.
dead. Right, now do no.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then do a maybe underneath both. Okay, right. Now, put the pencil. I shouldn't have given you one of the pencils with your fucking ham-fisted shock downs. Right.
I think I really annoyed Lewis earlier by jabbing at the coffee
Yeah,
machine. I was
you
like, Lewis, you haven't fixed it. And he was
Yeah,
like,
you
I
are
haven't.
quite jabby.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Sorry,
I want
Lewis.
you to sit there and go, spirits, we are calling upon you. We come in peace and harmony. And Suzie apologises for eating fish in your house. So we are very, very sorry. Can you please tell me if the person with the footsteps is here now?
What am I supposed to do?
Well, I'm just going to tell you now.
Oh.
Because Susie's hand is going to put your hand just right below the page, but with your fingertips. That's it, yeah. And now let your finger just move around. Do you know what? Spin the paper around with your eyes closed. Spin it around loads and loads of times so you don't know where it is. That's it. Now the person with the footsteps is going to guide your hand to the yes.
You need to be what? So what are
is
we
the
asking?
person with the footsteps who scared Suzie earlier? Are you here now? Show Suzie. Show Suzie. Oh my God.
What?
Luke.
Shit.
That is fully on
and
the
I
yes.
fully had my eyes shut.
Yeah. Have you got any, did you feel someone pushing your hand in that direction?
No, but do you feel like there's an
What do you mean,
energy in the
no?
room?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck off.
What?
No.
You're a fucking cunt. I hate that so much. I'm so scared.
That was really stunning.
Have
Thank
you not
you.
got another question?
Oh, go on.
Go on, then. You got another question? Go on.
You're so disappointed. Oh.
God, that was fast.
Oh.
Great, thank you. Are we going to have a really nice sandwich from Gail's? Yeah, spin it round, spin around, spin the bitch about. Okay. Are we? What is it?
Yes.
Oh, I'm
That's
thrilled.
nice, isn't it? Yeah, big
Thank you so
buffalo
much for joining
mozzarella.
us. I'm not going to have pesto, though. I hate pesto. Okay, everyone.
Pesto is one of my favourite ingredients. What is wrong with you?
I like red pesto.
Garlic. Parmesan.
There's something. Yeah, I love garlic. I love parmesan.
Basil.
There's something. I think it's the basil. It's
Really?
too overpowering sometimes.
Do you not like a basil cocktail?
Yeah.
Oh, you do or you don't?
Yeah, I do. Do you know what it is? I think I like pesto. I just think sometimes the basil has been so overpowering that it makes me go
I
like.
love it. Basil. Oh, okay. Well, each to their own.
Thanks, everybody.
You are wrong.
Maybe I'll try some today.
Okay, that'd be nice. Goodbye,
Bye.
everyone.
If you want more, go to www.patreon.com/ghost
Patreon.com/ghost huns.
Ghost huns.